Welcome to this new vlog. The car that you're seeing today is one of the most exclusive SUV that you can buy in India, and this cost a whopping 1.36 crores. This is the base variant, and the base variant is called as GT. Now there are a lot of things. First up, just look at the design, this coupe design with this white kind of different shade, and with get this massive concave grills up front. The Trident logo itself is more than enough to tell you how exclusive this car is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Maserati Grecale, and in this vlog we are going to talk about everything and why is this a perfect car, because yeah, I've driven it for a long time now, and I'm going to tell you why is this car so perfect. It's a perfect blend of sportiness, luxury, and that exclusivity that you will get when you buy this car. So when we come at the side, because this is the best angle to look at this car, we get this sloping roof sort of coupe design and this massive diamond cut 20-inch alloys. Now that's really beautiful to look at, and it also gets massive brake calipers on either ends. A GT badging with vents here, they are functional, and we get very exclusive Maserati logo in the headlight. To be honest, there is a lot of logo, there are a lot of branding done across the car. We see Maserati, the Trident everywhere. The back, we get a proper tailgate which is electronically open, but I will show you what is more interesting because it gets quad pipes, quad exhaust system, and these are actually functional. It is very loud. After this, I will place a clip where we are testing the exhaust note. Hear that out. Open the engine bay. Of course, we get hydraulic struts. This is a 2-liter i4 engine, and I think we have seen this on multiple cars. I will drop that list down. It also gets the mild hybrid system here, and it is very peppy. The state of tune that this car runs in with the drive mode, so it produces 300 horsepower and 450 Nm of torque. That is really good. And just look at the turbo intake, very neatly done. So yeah, it's kind of neat when we get the insulation right here. So yeah, Maserati, the craftsmanship speaks everything. We also get a proper engine brace here. So yeah, that's how neatly it's done. Well, this is the base variant, but on the Trofeo, which is in the high spec, higher variant, so there we get a 3-liter V6, and that's about 540 horsepower and 670 Nm. But yeah, this is very good, and this is very practical for Indian roads. And on the inside, there are a lot of quirky elements. For example, just take this button for door release. You don't get handle or tabs, nothing. Just a button and the door opens. This is very cool. And once I get inside, now this is a cabin that I would want to be. The start stop button is placed over here. Now quickly, let's start this. Now there it rose to life. So the drive mode selector is here. You can toggle through the drive modes right here, and we get 3 screens. One main digital console, this is the multimedia, and this is the AC control. So this is actually a bit complex. Initially you would need some time to understand the system. Yeah, I think there are a lot of menus there, so let's not get into that. It gets SF, I think 32 speaker system, and the sound quality is mind-blowing. There's another cool thing, look at this watch. So it's actually customizable. You can customize the design or even choose what is being displayed there. So that's again a very nice touch, because we used to get the analog watch there in the Maserati, Ghibli and other models previously, but now it's moved to a screen. We get a proper heads-up display right there, and I think the rest of the elements, we get soft touch, and there is leather everywhere. This brown leather is really appealing. Well, let's not speak much about this because it has all the bells and whistles that a car should get at this price point. But now, let's start driving and explore if this car is right for Indian roads and why is this car better than the Porsche Macan, because that's where the competition comes from. So I think Porsche will soon stop the Macan ICE here and get its platform to EVs. Until then, this car is here in India, and this why and how this is better than the Macan. So once we get inside, we're going to start driving, but before that, just look at the clean layout that is there. We get AC controls here. This is a proper 12-inch screen, so you get the landscape aspect of the media house that this car has. And these are the drive mode selector, as I showed you. This is the start stop button. They're placed very nice. The steering feels amazing. So let's start driving. We have put this in sports mode right away. So what happens in sports mode is the exhaust is a bit louder. The suspension, it has individual control, but in sports mode it is the stiffest. It gets 210 mm of ground clearance. That is not a problem on major things, but because of its low profile tires and expensive rims, you would have to be careful on the potholes. I think the rest, it can take all of it. Even mild off-road, I mean you call it soft off-road, that's not a problem at all. So now what are we going to do is, it's in sports mode and we're going to try a bit of sprint. So the car gets really vocal in sports mode, and the advantage is we have a manual mode. You get all the control to yourself. Now just look at this. It downshift all the way till second. It doesn't shift until I do. So the kind of tuning that has gone in is really sports centric. But Maserati, well, they ultimately want to keep the sports game to other lineup of the car, because this car is all about the comfort and your everyday capabilities, because this car is competing right now with the Porsche Macan, and this is actually quite cheaper when you compare it with the same spec Macan. So the pricing here is about 1.36 crores ex showroom for the GT, and the GT is the base variant here. So the kind of tactics that Maserati is using is they want to give everything right from the base variant. You want the taste of sportiness, you have it. You want adaptive suspension, you have it. ADAS level 2, there you go. So there is no miss in any terms, and the interior in this is on another level because you get leather everywhere. It's dual tone, and the kind of feeling that you get inside the cabin is very premium. But rather in a Porsche, you would feel a bit sporty. There are hard elements, there are hard touches, but here it's not the case. So yeah, that's the actual ball game of this car. About the engine now. So everywhere we are seeing the 2 liters now. This car also gets a 2 liter on the GT variant. However, on the Trofeo, which is the high spec, there it's a 3 liters V6. But the thing is, this gets a mild hybrid, and there you get a complete hybrid system. So that makes the car heavier. But I really like the engine because it's fast, it's peppy. You get all the juice right from say 2 to 3000 RPM, and the gearbox, it's a torque converter 8 speed unit, but it's very fast. I mean, just look at the shift. There is absolutely no delay at all. The paddle shifters work amazingly well. You would have to get used to operate the headlight or the wiper controls, because the pedals are very huge and they actually obstruct your whenever you are doing a everyday maneuver, they might feel obstructing until you get used to it. But I really love the pedals here. Here now. So it has a clear pop on each upshift, and whenever you downshift there is also some happening at the exhaust. That's a really nice thing. I mean, luxurious SUVs in this segment. So yeah, exhaust is amazing, and it's very loud even on the outside. So we have noticed people having a second or a third look whenever we had a pass by, and that is really amazing. So it's an Italian at the end of the day. At this price point, if you ask me, it has all the features that you can ask for. But however, there are a few things that could have been better. For example, the UI experience here, it's not the smoothest, or it takes quite some time to get the hang of it, because you really don't know what control is where, and that's a bit of a concern. And it's not the smoothest, so you will feel a bit of jitterness. You will feel a few things which is like every reset, all the parameters, all the things are just it resets. So that's the problem. But apart from that, this is amazing. And if you ask me whether this or the Porsche Macan, well, I think I would go with the Maserati, because this is very exclusive. You see very few on the roads, and when you're paying that huge amount, you would definitely want a bit of road presence, a bit of extra premiumness. So this car ticks the box right there. I think that's the verdict that we had. Hope you have liked this video. This was a very short review. Of course, we would try to bring more such content of very exclusive cars here in India. So hit that subscribe button right away, and while we are on the go, we will see you in the next one.